In trauma-informed discourse, the word transformation, which literally means to change in shape, gets used a great deal. It's almost become trite. Yet the very essence of the word teaches us what we need to know about what is required to heal from the wounds of traumatic experience. If we want to bring about change in ourselves and how we are with the world at all levels, we must experiment with taking on different shapes. Traumas of all kinds can leave survivors feeling rigid or inflexible about how they feel or how they see the world. Taking on different shapes can happen by trying out new behaviors as we interact with others and continue to navigate our inner world in as effective a manner as possible. The change process can be difficult if unhealed trauma, which is stored in our brain in a primarily nonverbal capacity, remains unaddressed. While people often explain that unhealed trauma is stored in the body, anything related to memory is stored in the brain. In the case of unhealed trauma and unaddressed stress, the effects play out in what medical doctor and trauma scholar Robert Scare calls the theater of the body. Part of the solution for healing the impact of trauma in a meaningful way is to begin exploring what it feels like to make new shapes in the body. The practice of Jiu-Jitsu contains a world of possibilities that allow survivors of trauma to engage in this exploration. Embodied holistic treatment is imperative to deeply heal the impact of traumatic stress and its various manifestations of the total person. Approaches like yoga, dance, and expressive arts, somatics, and various forms of bodywork have dominated the conversation in clinical circles over the last decade. The martial arts are gaining traction in these conversations as a possible option for helping survivors of trauma to heal. An aim of this book is to highlight the necessity. We specifically draw awareness to the power of Jiu-Jitsu for survivors of trauma because the qualities of this practice, especially when instructed in a trauma-sensitive manner, make it uniquely suited as a healing art. Jiu-Jitsu and martial arts as healing practices. The martial arts are generally described as various sports which originated chiefly in Japan, Korea, and China as forms of self-defense or attack, such as judo, karate, and kendo. Although eventually anglicized around 1875 as jiu-jitsu, the practice of jiu-jitsu originated in Japan, heavily influenced by other Asian philosophies, particularly Taoism and Zen Buddhism. Jiu-jitsu is formed from two Japanese characters, ju, meaning yielding flexibility or softness, and jitsu, which means the art of, as practiced within a particular system. Both characters, kanji, can be especially relevant for trauma survivors in their healing journey. Learning to embrace the art of flexibility in an embodied way can be powerful medicine. Unhealed trauma can leave us in a place of both physical and mental rigidity that can make adapting to the challenges of life nearly impossible. Any practice that can helpfully teach a trauma survivor to become more flexible in both body and mind has potential to assist in their overall goals for trauma recovery.